My beloved child. Stop for a moment. Do not let this message pass you by. There is a reason your eyes stopped here today. There is a reason your heart feels unusually restless. You may believe this is just another video, just another voice, just another message among thousands, but what you are about to hear has been placed before you for a purpose. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Every moment from this point forward is building toward a revelation that many never recognize until it is too late. I am Archangel Michael, and I come with a message wrapped in wisdom, patience, and hope. This is not a message of fear. It is not a message meant to confuse your spirit. It is a reminder that heaven often writes stories that human expectations could never imagine. Listen carefully, because there is a hidden thread connecting events that once seemed completely unrelated. You have questioned certain encounters. You have wondered why someone looked at you differently. You have wondered why certain conversations lingered in your thoughts long after they ended. You dismissed those moments as coincidence, yet heaven saw them as the beginning of something much deeper. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Chosen one, you have spent so much of your life believing that people only notice what the world teaches them to notice. You assumed appearances, numbers, opinions, and expectations controlled every heart. But heaven sees beyond appearances. Heaven weighs the soul before anything else. There is someone whose heart began to change simply because they encountered the light you carry. They tried to explain it away. They told themselves it was admiration. They called it respect. They convinced themselves it would disappear after a few days. Yet every sunrise only strengthened what they felt. The world would immediately point toward differences. It would notice details before it noticed character. It would measure years before it measured kindness. But heaven does not measure love through the eyes of fear. Heaven first examines integrity, compassion, peace, patience, and truth. That is why what happened surprised even the one experiencing it. There was a day they looked at you without saying a single word. Outwardly nothing extraordinary happened. People walked by. Life continued. Conversations filled the air. Yet within that quiet second something shifted forever. They recognized a peace around you that they had been searching for during seasons filled with uncertainty. They could not explain why your presence calmed their anxious thoughts. They could not understand why your smile remained in their memory long after you were gone. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. You have underestimated the influence your quiet heart has upon others. You believed only loud voices changed lives. You believed dramatic actions left lasting impressions. But heaven often works through gentle moments. A kind sentence. A patient response. A respectful gesture. A peaceful silence. These become seeds planted inside hearts that were prepared long before you arrived. This person never planned to care so deeply. They had already written a completely different story for their future. Their plans seemed organized. Their expectations looked reasonable. Yet heaven interrupted those expectations with a meeting they never anticipated. Sometimes divine timing arrives quietly rather than dramatically. It slips into ordinary afternoons and simple conversations until one day everything feels different. Perhaps you have sensed unusual moments recently. Maybe someone seemed nervous while speaking with you. Perhaps they remembered details about your life that surprised you. Maybe they smiled differently whenever you entered the room. You dismissed these signs because humility has always been part of your nature. You rarely assume someone thinks highly of you. Yet what you overlooked became impossible for them to ignore. They wrestled with their own thoughts. Why do I keep thinking about this person? Why do I feel peaceful whenever they are near? Why does every conversation stay with me? No answer satisfied them because the answer did not come from logic alone. It came from the deeper places where truth quietly grows before becoming visible. Chosen one, many people chase excitement. Very few recognize peace when it stands before them. Yet peace is one of heaven's greatest gifts. The person connected to this message did not first notice your appearance. They noticed your spirit. They noticed how you treated people who could offer you nothing in return. They noticed how you remained respectful when others became impatient. They noticed your strength during difficult moments. Those quiet observations slowly transformed admiration into something they never expected. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. There were nights when they questioned themselves. They wondered whether they should simply ignore these feelings. They reminded themselves about differences that society constantly discusses. They feared misunderstanding. They feared judgment. They feared making assumptions. Yet every attempt to silence their heart only made them appreciate your character even more. Understand this carefully, chosen one. This message is not encouraging impulsive decisions. It is reminding you that genuine affection grows from respect, kindness, honesty, and wisdom, not from appearances or pressure. Heaven never asks anyone to abandon discernment. Instead, heaven encourages patience, truth, and integrity in every relationship. That is why nothing has happened quickly. Everything has unfolded slowly. Every conversation. Every unexpected meeting. Every shared smile. Every simple greeting. Each moment became another quiet chapter in a story neither of you fully understood. Sometimes you wondered why certain paths kept crossing. Sometimes you thought it was merely coincidence. Yet heaven often arranges repeated opportunities for hearts to recognize character before emotions become louder than wisdom. Look back carefully over recent seasons. Were there moments that seemed strangely meaningful? Did someone unexpectedly encourage you when you least expected it? Did someone remember your words weeks later? Did someone quietly support you without seeking recognition? Those moments may not have been random after all. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The greatest surprises rarely arrive through dramatic announcements. They begin with quiet faithfulness. They begin with small acts of kindness repeated consistently. They begin with people choosing respect when no one is watching. That is the foundation heaven values. The person connected to this message has learned something because of you. They have become more patient. They have become more thoughtful. They have started seeing people differently. Even before any future conversation, your influence has already changed part of their life. That is why this story is much deeper than emotion alone. It is a story about transformation. You may still be asking, why am I hearing this today? Because timing matters. Because your heart has been carrying unnecessary doubts. Because you have quietly believed you were overlooked. Because you questioned whether anyone truly saw the goodness you tried to live each day. Heaven wants you to know that goodness never goes unnoticed. Quiet faithfulness is never invisible. Character always leaves fingerprints upon the lives it touches. As this message continues, hidden pieces will begin connecting in ways you never imagined. Questions that seemed impossible to answer will slowly become clearer. Encounters you almost forgot will suddenly make sense. But not yet. The story has only begun, and what comes next will reveal why certain events happened exactly when they did. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The next chapter will uncover the signs that neither you nor this person fully understood. And once those signs are revealed, the entire story will look completely different. A quiet truth is about to rise to the surface, chosen one, and this is where the story becomes impossible to ignore. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The signs you once overlooked were never meaningless. Heaven was allowing both hearts to grow before either one fully understood what was happening. Timing has always been one of heaven's greatest mysteries. What feels delayed to you is often preparation in the unseen. I, Archangel Michael, tell you this with peace and clarity. The person connected to your journey did not wake up one morning and suddenly decide they cared for you. Their feelings were formed through countless small moments that seemed ordinary on the outside but carried extraordinary meaning within. Every respectful conversation, every kind smile, every moment when you chose patience instead of pride became another reason they admired you more deeply. They noticed something that very few people ever recognize. While others were trying to impress the world, you were simply trying to remain genuine. While many chased attention, you quietly carried humility. While others judged quickly, you listened carefully. Those qualities reached their heart in ways neither of you expected. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. There were moments when they almost walked away from these feelings. They reminded themselves of the age difference. They wondered whether it would ever make sense. They questioned whether they should simply keep everything hidden forever. Yet every time they decided to move on, another unexpected encounter reminded them why their heart refused to forget you. It was never about numbers. It was never about appearances. It was never about what others might think. It was about the peace they experienced whenever your path crossed theirs. That peace became impossible to replace. Chosen one, you may not realize how rare true peace has become in this world. Many people experience excitement for a season, but very few discover someone whose presence brings calm to their spirit. That is exactly what happened here. Your presence reminded them that kindness still exists. Your honesty reminded them that genuine people still walk this earth. Your quiet strength became a light during days when they secretly carried burdens no one else could see. There was one particular moment they have never forgotten. You may barely remember it yourself because it felt so ordinary. Perhaps it was a simple greeting. Perhaps it was a thoughtful sentence. Perhaps it was the way you treated another person with unexpected compassion. Whatever it was, that single moment remained in their memory far longer than either of you could have imagined. Since then, they have compared many people to you without even realizing it. They searched for your sincerity. They searched for your peace. They searched for your character. Yet every comparison quietly led them back to the same conclusion. You were different. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Even now, they are asking themselves difficult questions. They are wondering whether they should finally be honest. They are wondering whether silence has lasted too long. They are wondering whether heaven allowed your paths to cross for a greater reason than either of you understands today. But listen carefully. This message is not asking you to rush. This message is not asking you to force anything. Heaven never builds lasting relationships upon pressure or fear. Everything that is meant to unfold must be guided by wisdom, respect, patience, and truth. That is why the story is still unfolding. There is another hidden piece you have not seen yet. Someone close to this person has quietly noticed the change within them. They have seen the smiles that appear whenever your name is mentioned. They have noticed how conversations unexpectedly return to you. They have recognized that your influence reaches much deeper than casual admiration. Even though very little has been spoken aloud, the difference has become visible. Chosen one, your greatest strength has never been trying to make people notice you. Your greatest strength has always been remaining faithful to who you are, even when no one seemed to be watching. That quiet faithfulness became the very reason someone's heart slowly changed. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The next chapter will reveal the unexpected event that caused this person to stop hiding their feelings from themselves. It was a single moment that changed everything, and once you hear what happened, many pieces of your own journey may suddenly begin to make sense. The moment heaven had been preparing is closer than you realize, chosen one. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. What you are about to hear is the turning point of this entire story. Every quiet moment, every unexpected encounter, every unanswered question has been leading toward this single revelation. I, Archangel Michael, ask you to listen with a peaceful heart. Sometimes the greatest battles are not fought between people, they are fought inside a single heart. That is exactly what has been happening. The person connected to this message has been standing between fear and hope, wondering which voice they should follow. One voice tells them to remain silent forever. The other gently reminds them that some opportunities should never be ignored. For a long time, fear appeared stronger. Fear whispered, "What if they misunderstand me? What if the timing is wrong? What if others judge me? What if I lose even the friendship we already have?" Those questions became heavy. Day after day they carried them alone. Outwardly they smiled, continued with their routine, and acted as though nothing had changed. But inwardly, their thoughts always returned to the same place, you. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. There came a day that looked completely ordinary. Nothing about the morning suggested anything unusual. The world moved at its normal pace. People continued their conversations. Vehicles passed by. Phones rang. Life seemed unchanged. But heaven often chooses ordinary days to begin extraordinary chapters. Without expecting it, this person saw something that reminded them of you. It may have been a familiar place. A familiar song. A simple conversation. A kind act that reflected your character. In that instant, every wall they had built around their heart began to crack. For the first time, they stopped asking whether these feelings were real. Instead, they asked themselves a different question. What if this person entered my life for a reason? That single question changed everything. Chosen one. Many people spend years searching for answers while ignoring the questions that truly matter. But when the right question finally appears, clarity begins to follow. This person stopped focusing on differences that once seemed so important. Instead, they remembered the peace they experienced whenever they thought of you. They remembered your kindness during moments when you expected nothing in return. They remembered the calm confidence you carried without trying to impress anyone. Those memories became impossible to erase. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. They even tried distracting themselves by filling their days with work, responsibilities, and new routines. Yet every quiet evening brought your memory back again. Every attempt to move forward somehow circled back to the same realization. It was never fascination. It was never curiosity. It had quietly become genuine affection built on admiration and respect. That realization frightened them because it felt too important to ignore. Chosen one. Heaven teaches that lasting connections are strengthened by truth, patience, wisdom, and integrity. That is why nothing in this story has been rushed. Hearts that are meant to learn important lessons are often allowed to grow slowly. Every delay has been shaping maturity rather than creating distance. Even you have been changing. You have learned patience. You have learned resilience. You have learned not to depend upon constant approval from others. Those lessons were preparing your own heart long before you realized why. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Now listen carefully, because this is the moment that changed the direction of the story forever. One quiet evening, while reflecting on everything that had happened, this person finally admitted something they had refused to say, even to themselves. They whispered only a few words. I cannot keep pretending this means nothing. No audience heard those words. No crowd applauded. No dramatic scene unfolded. Only heaven witnessed that honest moment. And when truth was finally spoken within their own heart, peace began replacing fear. That confession was not made to the world. It was made to themselves. And sometimes that is the hardest confession of all. Chosen one. That private decision became the beginning of a completely new chapter. From that moment forward, they no longer questioned whether their feelings existed. The only question remaining was whether the right time would come to express them with honesty, wisdom, and respect. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. But the greatest surprise has not happened yet. Because after that quiet confession, an unexpected event occurred that neither you nor this person could have predicted. It felt small at first, almost insignificant. Yet it became the unmistakable sign that this story was moving toward its next chapter. What happened next left them standing completely still, with a heart full of hope and a future they never imagined possible. And that is exactly where the next chapter begins.